Hey there, welcome to the Healthy Vibes podcast. I'm Kelly Renato, and I thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. I know how precious time is, so I hope today to offer you some encouragement and empower you also to use your courage to make different choices this week because every day we can get better, every day we can make changes in our life. And just because we're doing good doesn't mean we can't keep challenging ourselves in areas of our life. We all have areas that we can work on. And today, I really want to talk to you about you can have a really, really good life and it still be hard. And I feel like I said this to someone the other day. I said, I love my life. I'm so grateful for everything I have. It's a good life on so many levels and always has been, even in the hard times, but it still can be really, really hard for many reasons. And it's as parents, first of all, I think we all know every season provides different challenges. And when you've never been there before, like I tell my kids a lot of times, this is my first time here. I've never had a 20-year-old, or I've never had a 17-year-old, or I've never had a 16-year-old girl, or I've never had, every stage I felt that way. And so it was hard because I was navigating a new time, a new season. And, you want to navigate it with your values and what you believe and not get distracted by the world. Like we are living in a time like no other right now. Like we used to say, like it was different when we were growing up, or it really was. It is crazy to me what has changed even since my kids were babies. Like the world has changed. Like we have too much coming at us every day. Like we have more than I believe our minds, our hearts, our emotions, more than any of that was ever meant to handle. We have more information coming at us, more ways to communicate, and just social media in itself, the amount of platforms there are available, and even within the platforms, like even Instagram, how many different ways you can communicate within one platform. It's just too much. And I'm here to tell you that it's too much. And you don't need permission, but I'm giving you permission to say no, set boundaries, and choose differently if needed. Because I believe a lot of our overwhelm, a lot of our feeling maybe defeated, we aren't doing what we hoped we were doing, or we feel like we're struggling more than we thought we would, just being tired, our energy being just, sucked dry. So many different emotions, I do believe, first of all, are normal because balancing parenting, relationships, marriage, work, parents, friends, it's a lot. It's a hard balance, and it's important to know and remember, I should say, because I think we know this, but to remind ourselves that we are all different. Nobody handles things like you do. Nobody's life looks the same as yours. Nobody's walk is the same. Nobody's mind, their mental health, their clarity, their energy, anything is like yours. So you have to remember when someone handles something different than you do, or they say no to things that maybe you say yes to, or even your expectations of them, you have to remember no two of us are the same, and we're not supposed to be. And sometimes it's unbelievable how we expect things of each other. And I'm here to tell you, first of all, this week, let go of your expectations of others because you don't know. There's so much about each one of our lives that we don't know. So let go of your expectations of what you think someone else should be doing for you, giving you, how they should respond. Like we have an unrealistic expectation of how we should be responding. It's almost crazy to me When people are like, well, she hasn't responded yet. I'm like, well, do you realize she's probably like working, handling kids, maybe parents, herself, hopefully taking time for her own self-care. Then there's emails, there's the school, there's a friend, there's just so much. So give each other grace. Like get rid of your own expectations, because most of them are unrealistic. Give each other grace and start with yourself learning boundaries, whether it's with social media, whether it's with all our communication platforms, um, whether it's with the distractions in this world that are stealing us from being able to have space in our life, being able to have breathing room, being able to have time to actually think and find some clarity and think about our next choice. That's the thing. This world goes so fast that sometimes if you just stay caught up in it, because I've been there many times. If you stay just caught up in it, you don't have time to think. You don't have time to breathe. And you feel like you can't even like spend a moment to think, okay, what matters to me? What am I focusing my time on? What should I do next? Because many times at the end of the day, when I find that I've had a day where I've been caught up in a lot of things, all of a sudden I have all these insecurities and doubt about, most importantly, how I'm parenting, because I feel like that is my most important job to me. I feel like raising my kids is my very most important job. And I feel when I get caught up in this world, and if I get distracted too much in the day, whether it's with social media, people reaching out to me, um, the other day I had a couple of phone calls that just lasted longer than I was expecting, and I had a hard time getting off, and it just all compounded. Where at the end of the day, there was all these things in my head of, oh, I should have talked to her about that. I should have talked to him about that. Why didn't I address that? So my head just spun rather than just giving myself grace for the day. It was a busy day, getting rest and starting again tomorrow. So I'm here to tell you to give yourself grace, say no when needed. It is okay. If you're not saying no to things and you're still feeling overwhelmed and like you can't get it all done, learn how to say no. Creating boundaries for yourself. Boundaries aren't just for other people, they're for yourself. Again, if it's the discipline around staying off of social media, if it's the discipline around saying no, um, just staying focused on certain tasks that you want to get done, whatever the boundaries are you need for yourself, create them. Making sure you're prioritizing self care. And I promise you, if you're not prioritizing any sort of self care, you have to start. That is the way you navigate and you feel better day to day about yourself in this crazy world. You have to take care of yourself in some sense. Start with, if you haven't downloaded my free guide, it's just simple choices every day to implement in your life. Simple choices. The world has overwhelmed us with that. Start simple, simple things you can do to make yourself feel better, feel stronger, feel healthier, more energy. There's simple things you can do. So implement some sort of self-care in your life, whether it's deep breathing, just finding quiet time, trying to get more steps, eating cleaner, prioritizing sleep, spending more time outside. All of these simple things you can do today. So start putting yourself first and get intentional about creating space in your life through saying no, boundaries, slowing down, and learning a pause. Just pausing. You do not have to answer everything right away. Yes, there are things that are urgent in life, and we have to learn how to decipher, do I need to answer this right now? Yes, maybe a client, maybe your boss, your kids. Um, you know what's urgent. And it's taken me time. I used to answer every single call all the time. And I realized like I was spinning, and this was probably a good 10 years ago when all of this started. Now texts have become full conversations. full group text conversations that you have to respond to, and then you add everything else on top: the phone, the email, whatever app you have within your work that you're responding to. Your kids' sports have their own app. Your kids' school has their own app. Like, it really is crazy. So I'm giving you permission this week to start setting some boundaries. Learn where you say no. Please pause, create space, and slow down just a bit. When I say slow down, I'm not saying go at some turtle speed. I'm just saying slow down a bit and create some space in your life so you can be a little more intentional about your choices. And when you do, you can find a little bit of space in the morning for maybe a morning routine or a workout or a walk. Whatever, everyone's morning routine is different. Whatever you think will start your day best. And every season's different. Give yourself grace. And I just want you to learn that don't put all this pressure on yourself and try to do all things and handle everything that's coming at you. It's too much. And it's too much for all of us. And we really have to realize that and be okay with how we handle it, because there's too much coming at us. So you prioritize what it is you want to take in every day, because you can't take it all in. There's too much. There's people sharing videos, there's people texting you, there's people calling you, emailing you, your kid needs you, your husband needs you or wife, your parents are calling you, and then there's your friends. Like, there's so many things. So prioritize and know when you can say yes and no. And just because you say no today doesn't mean in a few days, maybe that's when you return a call that you know might take a little bit longer, that you want to make, but today's a busy day. So I want you to know, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling that your life is hard and you're feeling like you're struggling, but you feel guilty because you know you have a good life, it's okay and it's normal. A lot of people feel this because life is hard. But I want you today to give yourself grace, back off, slow your life down a bit, and prioritize what you fill your time with. And just find some boundaries and learn what you can say no to. Because it is a normal feeling, but now you get to choose how you move forward this week and what you change. And a lot of times it's just a few things that you can change to feel some breathing room and be like, whoa, I just needed to reduce like the time that I keep picking my phone up. I need to put my phone on quiet, put it to the side when you're working on something. Like, figure out what your boundaries are and what will help you. Most of the time, it's just a few things that'll make all the difference. And then, you know what? In a week or two, you might be like, okay, I made some changes. Now I'm going to make some more. You can make a few more changes. And then you'll be like, wow, I really feel like I'm getting some space here. I think I can make some more. The best way to make changes in your life, and I'm like a broken record on this, but it's small changes. Small, simple changes over and over and over. That's the way you change your life. So this week, figure out where you can find a little more space. Figure out where you can create one more boundary or say no for yourself. And please pause and be intentional about where you spend your time. It's up to you. It's your life. It's your time. It's your schedule. It's your family. You get to own it and you get to choose. You don't have to ask permission from anyone. So I hope you have the best week. If you need some help, where to start, please reach out to me. Email me, reach out on any of the apps, find me. You can find me. It's super easy, kelly@renato.com, or go to my website, kellyrenato.com, and please, please, please download the Simple Guide to Living Well. It gives you simple tips. It's free, of things to do, and that could help you get started. So have the best week. Thanks for spending your time with me. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.